You must be a mind reader. Thank you for calling, sir. How are you?
Baruch Hashem, I'm okay.
Oh boy, it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah, well, thanks for noticing.
Well, I'm an empath. I notice everything. Everything. What's wrong? Your girl's the one on the end is beautiful. The one inside is daddy's girl. Cray cray. Mama looks stoic, holding, and is that child as big? That's the newborn your wife's holding, right?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like he's 12 years old. And then that faggot.
Yeah, he's now a tank. Yeah.
I bet he big old dumps, huh? Big healthy dumps, yeah. And then the bad guy with the wave. with what is the look on that one's face exactly?
Scheming.
With the fishes and the extra large yarmulke. Extra large.
He's scheming. He's scheming his next move.
Is he
out of this picture?
That is a frameable picture. That
Thank you, David.
Priceless. I mean, having been through all this, absolutely priceless. The balance, the way you're spread, the 4 children, the smiles on everybody's faces except yours. Yours is fake, of course. Your wife is she's got a look. So the two of you, yeah, there's something going on, but the kids are happy for now. So thanks for sharing that, soldier boy.
No problem.
Yeah. What's wrong?
Well, I kind of, you didn't answer me yesterday, so I called Eliyahu, and then I spoke to him, and then I spoke to Sean as well a little bit. As usual, he was between flights and running around in the elevators and everything on speaker and all that.
God, I hear you loud and clear between the lines.
Yeah, but I don't mind that. I'm used to taking abuse. I grew up being trained by psychopaths and abusers and narcissists.
I hear you.
It's just another day in the office,
Oh, by the way,
he doesn't mean it.
By the way,
sorry,
pardon. I got to interject this because it's important. I have a training call in at 1/2 past 38 minutes. Okay. So go ahead.
5:30 my time.
5:30. Oh boy, bed late, up early. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Apologies.
Okay, so good to know. Okay, so I'll try to summarize the concept. I added a rabbi to the Beis Havad group. I also changed the name Beis Havad LaChachamim, which is Beis Havad LaChachamim, which is the Congressional Center of the Wise, the Chachamim, which is the original name. אתה צריך את המיטה? צריך את המיטה, מנחם? One second, hold on.
Yep.
מנחם, בבקשה, לא. So, one second, let me go to a quieter place. One second.
Yep.
One second, just give me a minute here. We're not going to come with the naked hotel. David, you there?
Yep.
Sorry about that.
No worries, Papa.
1 second, hold on.
Yep. Man, I got nauseous. I just took a bunch of supplementals, so I have to go throw up. Right?
See? See? You hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now we're back in business, are we? See. Okay, there we are. Okay, good. Okay, so as you were saying, I'm sorry about that.
Yep.
Life goes on without asking us much license.
It's early.
Okay. So I add Rabbi. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. I'm in Bnei Brak. I'm with the homies. You want to know why I'm sad? I'll tell you why I'm sad.
I want to know why you're sad.
Or why I sounded like I'm not okay when I answered the phone.
Okay.
Even though I said I'm okay, right? So let me tell you. So I'm in Bnei Brak. I'm with the homies. I meet this rabbi. I meet that rabbi. One rabbi's name is Yitzchak ben Nun. Another rabbi's name is Mordechai Yosef. Mordechai Yosef, something like that. Both of them very special. One of them says that he's going to help with the building, and he speaks about his visions about meeting the Rebbe, and that the Rebbe is alive. He said, "I want to let you know that the Rebbe is alive." I had
slow down, please. Slow down, please. Slow down. Go ahead.
Okay. So, you want to hear more about that? You want me to talk about that a little more?
Whatever you're led to share, go.
Okay, so I am at the Shabbat dinner table at my father-in-law's house.
Okay.
And he brings a guest. He brings a guest over. His name is Mr. Rabbi Mordechai. Now, this guy is very tall. He's missing hair. He has no hair on his body, no eyebrows, nothing.
Yikes.
He's like patched up and burnt a little bit, missing a finger, but he looks proper.
Oh my God.
He healed and everything.
Wow.
And he's a very tall guy, and he's a very, like, I remember he was like, when I was learning in 770, he was there very often, and
wow.
He was always sitting, like, his place was right next to where the Rebbe prays, right up front over there.
Power.
So
power.
Yeah, and at the end of every prayer, he would scream with all his might and all his soul, Ad Matai, which means until when, which is a cry of like, how long will this exile continue?
Yes.
So he was a very passionate guy. Obviously the youngsters in the community would be like, oh, the Ad Matai guy is screaming, it's part of the gig. But he sounded like he really meant it. Let's put it that way. Came from the bottom of his heart.
Sincere.
Yep. So, but I never sat down with him. I never spoke to him. I never had a minute with him. I guess both of us were very busy running our own operations.
Okay. Yeah, I got that.
So this guy pops up into he's a guest of my father-in-law for the Shabbat meal. And I'm thinking to myself, my father-in-law is a very simple guy. We spoke about this when it comes to like social and all that. So my father-in-law was like, I was downstairs and I saw a fellow, Chabad rabbi. So I figured, I'm going to invite him. And that's pretty much, the crux of it.
Okay.
But for me, it was like, so I asked him, what do you think Hashem has in mind for both of us that he made us meet?
Right.
Because my father-in-law seems to have it figured out.
Right. Right. Undercurrent.
So he says, I guess we'll figure it out during the meal. That's what he says to me.
Okay.
So we talk, and I tell him about the Sanhedrin operation and the whole thing. And he's very impressed and this and that. And he tells me,
wow.
But he hears that I keep saying that after we make the Sanhedrin, if the Rebbe is not revealed and we don't have the resurrection of the dead as prophesied, then maybe we should take another king or whatever. So he cuts me off right away and he says, with whose power are you going out to try to bring Mashiach? I said to him, with the Rebbe's power. Like, the Rebbe is the one who, motivated me.
Right.
Yeah, on multiple levels. So he said, so why are you talking smack? Why don't you just stick to what you know you're going to be good for? And let Hashem and the Rebbe figure out the rest of the details. Why are you going so low talking about the Rebbe? Because I sense you don't understand that the Rebbe is alive, or you don't believe that the Rebbe is alive. So I said, I try to he's like, listen, let me tell you something. So I'm like, okay, I'm listening. He's like, look, I had an out-of-body experience. I was clinically dead on the books for like at least 2 minutes in this reality.
Now, who's this you're referring to, you or him?
Him.
Okay, so he had an NDE, which have been documented, which, by the way, near-death experiences, NDEs, they've been documented so many thousands of times, sir, that they have said, doctors have said there's a substructure, definite fact. There is an afterlife. There's enough of a structure of evidence of spirits leaving bodies, and then the evidence that they see themselves on the table, and that it's a shoe-in. It's a sure thing. Go ahead, sir.
So he tells me I had an out-of-body experience, and I was not religious at the time. I was secular by all accounts, and I was a player. I was not just secular little sheep. I was a busy man. I was scamming. I was selling people down the creek. He said he was working for Motorola at the time. It was a very big deal.
Sure.
He had a very good position in the company, and he said he did things to get a raise. They told him, let's say you sell these shitty phones that are like outdated.
Right.
Try to convince people to buy them, tell them that they're the best, which is Gneivat Das, which is lying to people. And it's stealing according to Torah. But, you get a bonus if you get rid of that for the company. So I would do the things that I got a bonus for, and I had no remorse. I had no issue with that and so on. And I did all the other things. He said, so I come up to heaven, and the Beis Din, which is the tribunal, the judges, the 3 judges,
sure,
they say, skila, sreifa, hereg, and chanek. Stoning, burning, a slit of the throat with a sword, and choking. In other words, this person has done so much crap in this world that he deserves all 4 methods of death.
Damn. That's the message he got. That's the message he got. Oh God. Okay, go ahead.
So
wow.
He was like, "Oh no,
yeah, man.
Oh no." Then they said, "Why are you complaining that you're here? You wanted to die." So he said, "I wanted to die." I'm like, "Yeah, you wanted to die." Now he wasn't aware. Like until that point, he's confused because he thought that the body is the soul and the soul is the body. It's the same. Like he didn't know what the soul is.
Right.
So they said to him, "No, every time you do a sin, your soul is." At the beginning, he was just crying like, "Oh God, save me! This guy is sinning now. He's doing things that are inappropriate and so on." And then eventually, your soul was like, "God, just take me out of this misery. There's no hope. This guy's not going anywhere. He's not being productive. He's not serving Hashem. I'm just suffering here for no reason. There's no purpose to my suffering."
Right.
And so you wanted to die. They were talking about his soul. You wanted to die. So he said, in the real world, I had a pool, I had a beautiful house, I had a wife, I had kids, I was good. But they're telling me that I wanted to die. Like, Now, they're like, that's it, you're done, you're toast, you have nothing, you're going to go through hell, you're going to do your time or whatever. And at the last second, the Rebbe of Chabad walks in, leader of this generation, so he has authority to visit any soul of his generation.
Okay.
And to see what's up. And the Rebbe starts talking to these.
See what's up.
To these rabbis.
Wait. Did you say to see what's up?
Huh?
Did you say to see what's up?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because the leader of the generation, every generation has a leader. So let's say Moses is in charge of the.
I got that. I've read that
generation
enough.
Of the.
I've heard that a lot of times.
Of the desert.
But never with an internet. Go ahead.
Okay, so the Rebbe says to them that because he's a tinuk shenishba, which means a child which was captive, which is a legal term in Jewish law, which refers to someone that grew up in a situation where he doesn't know the difference between good and evil, and he wasn't taught the ways of the Torah. So the Rebbe basically tells them that because of that, you cannot judge him as if he had choice. He didn't have choice because he was never taught what choice is proper.
Wow, that's deep.
And the Rebbe goes on and explains it to them in detail, and they're very impressed by, the legal defense that the Rebbe gives to this person, and they're like, okay, fine. So we can't punish him. Okay, well, but we still have to kill him. We have to keep him here, because he's just doing damage down there. He's not helping anybody.
Yep.
So then the Rebbe says, no, I'm taking responsibility for him.
Wow.
And then he wakes up.
All right.
And
what's the meaning?
Now, he told me that ever since then, the portal has been open, and he's been seeing the Rebbe tells him, gives him directives in life, and keeps him on the path. And of course,
okay, hold on. Let me stop you. Let me stop you. So the spirit. Yeah. So you're saying to me, if I'm hearing you correctly, that the spirit with this gentleman after his NDE, near-death experience, he is communicating with the spirit world. And the Rebbe, yeah? Or no?
Yes, but we know that about Moses, it says, it says about Moses, half of him is an angel and half of him is a man. In other words, Moses is a kind of being that it's not something that, like we were, let's say, pawns on the chessboard. But this is the Rebbe. So you're basically saying, okay, so the Rebbe is dead because you saw him in the spirit world. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying your guy that you sat down and had at your father-in-law's behest was sharing with you a near-death experience, and after that, he's communicating with the Rebbe. Now, is the Rebbe alive? Now, we're talking about the Rebbe from seven.
Okay, so this is the thing. So when he sees the Rebbe in this world, he sees him as he was alive.
Okay.
He sees him like you see me.
Got it.
He said he actually told me that when he sees the Rebbe, he sees him more real than anything that he sees in this world.
100% pixels. Got it. So continue.
Now, so he says, ever since I've seen the Rebbe there and the Rebbe took responsibility for me, I have an open thing, and I can guarantee you that the Rebbe is alive. I just want you to know. I'm not even talking to you.
Now, when he says I can guarantee you he's alive, not physically, or is it physically too?
I think he says physically as well.
Uh-huh.
That's what he's trying to tell him.
And are you buying that? Are you accepting that as truth?
I'm hearing what he's saying.
Okay.
I'm listening to what he's saying.
All right. Well, that's brilliant retort. Brilliant retort. So continue. Continue.
Yeah. So he tells me, and then I tell him about the son. So he tells me, my suggestion to you is, stick to the Sanhedrin, do it as a preparation for Mashiach, and just stick to that. Whatever happens after, let it happen. Let Hashem and the Rebbe run the show.
As opposed to what?
As opposed to drawing conclusions or creating the Sanhedrin with it's almost like you're making the product, make a good product. Stop thinking about who's going to eat it, if their name is Karen or Tony, or remember when Coke had a name on every bottle?
Yes.
They had a whole thing.
Yes.
So he's basically telling me to stop with that. Stop with the nonsense. Focus on the product, He's just saying, create the Sanhedrin, a justice system of
which in your mechanical incremental mind means what? In your mind, when it means what?
I'll tell you what it means.
Thank you.
The difference? The difference is it's like a surgeon that's about to operate on someone. He doesn't have to tell him exactly how the operation is going to go because he's going to scare the guy to death.
I know.
He can tell him, like, okay, we're going to blow.
I got it, David. We're going to saw your chest open. I got it. Go ahead.
Or in your case, we're going to stick my hand straight up your ass and check if there's.
Oh, but my asshole is so tiny. Go ahead. Would you get to a point at some point?
Yeah. Okay. So that's that guy. And then he tells me the Rebbe sent me on a mission less than a year ago to check out property in Tveria. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to continue with that because I hear that you guys are, getting ready. So let me have the honor of getting you guys a building. So I'm not very happy about that. Okay, next.
Wait. He's getting you a building?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
In Tveria.
Yossi, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking huge, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting you a fucking edifice, man?
Building.
Edifice is a building. Well, actually, edifice is the front, I believe. Is that like a 10 on the tsunami level?
That's amazing. Look, this
guy
is
miraculous? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. And that's when I realized why the Rebbe made us meet. First of all, the two reasons that why Hashem brought us together. It was important for me to hear what he had to say. He also told me, Yossi, you're very smart. You have a lot of wisdom, and sometimes you have so much wisdom that you're not letting Hashem inculcate you, pretty much like you said.
No, you should have said right back. No. Per your own testimony, you should have said to him, I'm atomized by Hashem. Everything I'm saying and doing is Hashem, sir, as you are, sir. That would have been my retort, but go ahead.
Yeah, but he has. I'll tell you that I don't have a problem speaking about how I conduct myself, from my soul down, as they say. And that is, like, I'll have a very strong passion to do something when I understand
you got 5 minutes.
The purpose of doing that, that thing.
You got 5 minutes.
I can understand
I'm going to cut you off in 5 minutes, by the way. Get ready for this call.
Okay.
So, I don't mean to be rude. I just, this was before you and we didn't plan this.
Yeah. Okay, so what he was trying to tell me is, if it's Hashem's will and you don't understand it, you should still be ready to self-sacrifice and go full force on that thing. And if people ask you why you're doing this, it's because Hashem's will. Do you understand why you're doing it? Can you explain yourself? No. Does it matter? No. It's Hashem's will.
That's right.
Instead of it's Hashem's will, can you explain it? Yeah, of course I can explain it. I'll tell you why. And it doesn't matter why.
Oh my God, you got to
just do it because Hashem. Just because Hashem. Don't put your head in the blender.
Up your ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
Have you blasted that? Have you blasted that out?
I mean, I've spoken a little bit about it.
Have you invited him to one of your podcasts to glorify him and his relationship and his story? Boy, you talk about a YouTube. Man, you talk about some promotion. You talk about some propaganda, not even propaganda, reality. The story I just heard that you shared, why did you sound so depressed? You still haven't answered that.
I'll tell you why.
God.
Because so you see, it's getting good. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm feeling happy. Hashem's working his miracles. It's all good. And then I meet another Rabbi Ben-Nun, and I have a long 4-hour conversation with him at his house, also in Bnei Brak, Torah Central of Israel. And I'm feeling great about myself. I add Rabbi Ben-Nun to the Beis Avad group. I introduce him to the people. I tell Rabbi Bar Chaim that he's here. And Rabbi Bar Chaim leaves the group. I asked Rabbi Bar Chaim what the hell happened. I speak to him a little later, and he tells me, you wrote that the Rebbe Shlita, which means the Rebbe is alive, and that is on the level of idol worship and
Look, you handled. He didn't hear you. Did you give him the same response when I asked you? Did you believe him? Because your response to my, well, then what is his problem? You said, dude, I have an open mind, David. You don't, David. Goodbye. See you. Come back when you can grow a pair, David.
Exactly. So what I'm realizing is I need to have a wall between other people's erratical. You know what it's like? It's like the Navy SEALs. You know that you're training 100 guys, but the Army is only betting on 10 of them walking out or 20.
Right.
You need to know that with all the rabbis, and even at Rabbi Bar Chaim, he helped in the beginning, but maybe he's just good for the beginning, whatever. Maybe he's not good for the long haul. Well, maybe he's too full of himself. Maybe he needs to work on himself.
Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing. Does he bring you up or does he bring you down when that energy is necessary and high vibration when what you're aspiring to?
Rabbi Bar Chaim, he's good he's good when everything's toast. the second things start looking up, and there's responsibility being placed, and there's, you know, a conference to attend, then he chickens out. And he walks away. He's addicted to. It seems he's addicted to power. It's all about him. He like we exchanged what we've been doing with the Beis Havad. I've been telling him how I'm bringing more and more diverse people in, and how, you know, we're trying to harmonize everybody together. And he's just telling me that he found people that agree with his opinion. That's basically what he said. I said,
then let him. You know, you should. You might want to consider giving him walking papers, and you go do your thing, David, Honorable Rabbi. You go do your thing. Mine seems to be working. And come on back when you can at least have an open mind and see what's going on, and see what you're and analyze your behavior from my perspective. Sir, I'm 32.
I also told him, if I believe the Rebbe is alive, or if that's what I say,
well, that's like the earth is flat. That's like the earth is flat.
That's my responsibility.
Yeah.
That's not his responsibility. He doesn't have to take responsibility for other people's things. He's going to be sitting with the most diverse group of rabbis in the world.
Well, here's
if
the thing.
He tries to take responsibility of anybody, he's going to be toast.
My dad used to say this, and it's true. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. You cannot. The only way I surmise you can change that man's consciousness is by keep doing what you're doing, growing, keeping an open mind, and moving forward. You got a building. What's he going to? Does he have a building? Jealous. Wow. Hello, jealousy. Just keep moving forward. Just give him his walking papers. What would that do if you gave him a young man, giving David the Great one, the bully, a stern reprimand? Is that my phone? Yeah. Yeah, I gotta go. I hate hanging up on you, but man, yeah, that's just my. He should know how serious you are with a reprimand of his behavior, and why he's being reprimanded by a young man. And I apologize profusely, Your Honor. However, you've left me no choice. I've given you ample opportunities. How many? 2, 3, 4 times? He's pulled this stunt.
Now, you know what the most disrespectful thing about it all is? He tells me that the name, like at the time, I was just talking to him, as like good friends do. And I asked him what he thinks about a name for this kind of operation. And he told me Beis Havad. So I named it our concept Beis Havad, and now he's telling me because I'm leaving, I want that name only for my organization. I want to use it for my own stuff.
Too bad it's not trademarked. Go away. You got to trade. Start putting a TM by it. You have a trademark for a year if you want, without any legalese. Just putting a TM by it. I would do that immediately after we hang up, and say, David, go away. It's not trademarked. See ya. In fact, that goes back to what I call the sacred document. The Saturday I received it with the 2 pillars and what's his name underneath the 2 pillars and Yahweh in the middle and 2 psalms. That wasn't copyrighted until the next day by Tim Warner. Another story. But that's what another recommendation. Put the TM by your Beis Havad. It's not trademarked. I got a year. Note the date. You got a year. Shut up. Go away.
Okay.
Trademark it. Now, if it's that important to him, and you know the law, that's the law per the CIA 205 IQ. You can verify it because I have not. But he threw it in front of a bunch of people, TransUnion, Wachovia Bank. So I figured lawyers, attorneys, bankers.
Yeah, you're correct about that. That I'm also familiar with.
Very good. For a reason. Thank you, Hashem. And we like this game, don't we? So, Ben, Joseph, what are you going to do today? I got to go. I've given you 3 extra minutes. Goodbye. I love you too.
All right, David. So that's why I was a little upset, because I had to deal with this crap, But I'm kind of over it. Hopefully things will be better soon.
Iron Man. You can't gain muscle without some pain. Bye.
Yeah. All right. All the best, Dave.
Yep. Love you. Kiss the ring. Back away slowly.
All the best.